Hello, welcome to mamajujutarot. This is for my Geminians, for Gemini, for October 2020. This will be your monthly read. First of all, thank you for sharing, and subscribing. I appreciate any support and all the support that I've received for my channel. I greatly appreciate that. So if you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. Gemini, when I was meditating before your reading, I kept hearing this song by saying it's been a while. So that may pertain to yourself or someone else in your life. So I wanted to make mention of that before we get started. So getting into your reading, the first card out is the Devil. You may be dealing with a Capricorn, or you may have significant Capricorn placements in your chart somewhere. What this represents is your shadow or darker side, or any negative forces that prevent you from being the best version of yourself. At this time, those factors may be holding you back. So just be mindful of that. It could be people, it could be internal conflicts that you're dealing with, whatever the case is. That is a significant factor early on in the month of October. So I always say, to be forewarned is to be forearmed. So then you got the Four of Cups reversed, which you could be dealing with a Cancer, or you have significant Cancer placements in your chart. This reflects a period of introspection and withdrawal. Others may be wanting to spend time with you, but you'd rather spend time alone. Be mindful of that, because although it's good to look within and have times of introspection, I mean, this is also a card of isolation and, shutting those that love you out. The answers are always within, but don't make that your life. And that's just a word of caution there. Then you have the Five of Swords reversed, which you could be dealing with an Aquarius. Regardless of the argument or the situation of whoever or whatever, this could be situational, this could be with a person. Regardless, you realize that this particular argument, you lose either way, because you and the other party are fighting to win at the expense of the other person. So, if this is situational, I'm not saying you guys are hard-headed. What I am saying is that it's human nature to be dismissive of our own truth at the expense, a lot of times it's ego-driven. There'll be situations, and it could be you're the other party, mind you. This isn't directed specifically towards you. This is purely informational. Where, people will go against what's in their own best interest, despite the perceived other party. If it's proving someone else wrong at the destruction of yourself or the other person, I don't really think that's worth it, personally. And, and the thing about it is, it's human nature, and we're all have been guilty of doing that at one time or another. But be mindful, ego that isn't well managed, that's shadow. That's shadow work. Also, you guys are a dual sign. So you guys are constantly at battle with yourself anyway if you don't manage your twins well. Get those twins on the same page. They may be, because, I get the sense that a lot of this is internal struggle. It could be external struggle as well, or arguments, but a lot of this may be internal. So be mindful of that. And others may be bringing that to your attention, and, and that may be, we always want insight until insight's too real, until people hit a nerve, and then we don't. We don't really want that. We do, but we don't, because it means we have to do something with it once it's become visible, right? So anyway, however that applies to you. Then you got the Six of Wands, which you may be dealing with a Leo or have significant Leo placements in your chart. So you're going to be reaching an important milestone or achievement. Or it could be a significant goal as well. And the way you do this is by minimizing distractions and focusing on the task at hand. So, I mentioned this in the Capricorn reading. Get you a list out. Get a list out. Check it twice. And write down, what are your priorities? Who are you? I mean, what are your core values? But most specifically, what is a priority in your life right now? And if you really think about what those are and what's preventing you from achieving those, it's the distractions that you're allowing to get in the way. Identify those distractions. You probably won't have to think about them very long. But really, then, once you make a list of the distractions, why are these preventing you from reaching a goal? I mean, that's what you're going to be asking yourself. Why? Or I hope you're asking yourself that anyway. Anyway, this will give you a roadmap, give you some ground rules to get where you need to go. Because then you got the Ten of Pentacles, which, like, you could be dealing with the Virgo or have significant Virgo placements in your charts. Because this is the promise that everything will eventually come together, and you're going to end up being proud of everything you've achieved. If you implement these ground rules, what was previously spoken of, you're going to be creating a lasting foundation that's going to lead to future success. And I think that's what you want. I think that's the goal. But early on in the month, when you're facing these challenges, remember what I'm telling you now. Things get better. They can get better. They will get better. But it all starts with you. And it starts with, just taking control of your internal, then your external environment. Because everything's within our control. That's the thing with life. I mean, people, they think that they're helpless to their circumstance or situation, and they're not. You're not. You're not. Empower yourself. Empower yourself. You can do anything you want to. I mean, the mind is such a powerful thing. Put your mind to it. Then you got the King of Cups, which, again, you could be dealing with the Cancer or have significant Cancer placements. But right now, you're being asked to remain emotionally mature when you're faced with negative energies from others. Because you are going to be faced with some shadow aspects from other people. And that's all shadow is. It's just the darker side of humanity. And everybody has it. Just some of us manage it better than others. Be firm in your personal boundaries, stating what is and what is not acceptable on an emotional level from yourself and from others. If you're experiencing emotional abuse from yourself, why? 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 Why are you going to do that to yourself? Don't do that to yourself. You deserve better. And if that's on an external level, certainly don't accept that. It's about establishing healthy boundaries. A lot of people have problems with boundaries just because they don't like telling people no. No is part of my vocabulary, and it's a complete sentence. Because never put yourself at detriment for the sake of another. That is not being selfish. It's a refusal to be selfless, is what it is. Also, don't let circumstances sway you from your core beliefs and your ethical parameters. That's the reason it's important to get really clear on who and what you are, what you stand for, what you don't stand for, what you rep with, what you don't. And regardless of how much you love or how much something or someone means to you, I mean, anything that goes against your core values, your ethical parameters, your morals, in other words, say no. If it's harmful to you or the ones you love, say no. And don't explain yourself. You don't have to. Then you got the Queen of Pentacles. It's Capricorn. So, you could be dealing with Capricorn, or you could have Capricorn placement significantly in your chart. This is a card of prosperity and security. You're being asked to maintain a positive, nurturing, practical, and down-to-earth attitude when dealing with others. Be nurturing to yourself and others right now. You may always be that way, but particularly be mindful of that at this time. Even if someone is being not so nice, be nurturing, be loving. Because you know the way I always say you nurture the light out of others. You can love the light out of others. Everybody has light within them. I don't care how dark of a person they are, how negative they are. Those are all hurt parts of who we are. When people are triggered, they behave that way. Love them anyway. And the word caution is to love yourself anyway. Despite it all. Because I don't care what you've done. You deserve love. I don't care what another person has done. They deserve love too. But they also, and as well as yourself, deserve healthy boundaries. That helps manage things, helps keep things in check. Right now, be resourceful and practical when you're dealing with the issues that arise, using straightforward solutions that resolve the issue with minimal effort or disruption. I mean, if something comes up, I mean, don't make a big deal out of it. Just handle it. I mean, be resourceful. You guys are resourceful. Geminis, you're some of the smartest people out there. I mean, y'all know how to be resourceful. Don't act like you don't. And if it's not you, encourage those around you to do that. You know, in our society, I'm going to go there for a minute. In our society, everybody wants to be a victim. They want somebody to blame. They want to hold somebody accountable, even if the person or thing they hold accountable is false. But it's a farce. It makes them feel better for some reason. When you know, most of the times the people we need to hold accountable are ourselves. Either that or we know who should really be held accountable and we don't do it. Stop making excuses for yourself and others. But do it lovingly. Hold yourself and others accountable lovingly. And then you got the Three of Cups, which, again, you're either dealing with the Cancer or you have significant Cancer placements, because Cancer's all throughout this reading as well as Capricorn. But right now, in terms of finances, financially is a critical time. Don't be too attached to money. Don't accept a job just because of money, if you hate it. I mean, or if it would make you miserable. But also, it's a time to release attachments of all sorts, because that's also part of shadow work. Because, you know, I think it was Buddha that said that authentic love is the absence of attachment. And that's real. In our society, I blame Disney, but, you know, they make love out to be, movies and just our society in general, I mean, they make love out to be something toxic because it always has to do with attachment. That's not love. If you love a flower, you let it grow, you don't pick it. The same with people. If you love someone, let them grow. Don't pick it, you know, and kill it just so nobody else can have it. That's not love. Same is true with you. If somebody's asking that of you or doing that with you, they don't love you. Someone that loves you will not only allow you to grow, they'll encourage you to grow. But that should be true for yourself as well. Because we have to be what we want to attract it. We have to be the person that we want in order to attract them, is what I'm saying. Like attracts like. So, remember that life is abundant. And your needs will always be met. I don't care who you subscribe to, God, Source, Universe, I mean, whoever, whatever. They'll always take care of you. You're always going to be taken care of. Fear, the universe understands two frequencies. It's love and it's fear. Some people, I mean, fear and hate, I mean, it's the same thing. But, I mean, if you want to get technical, the universe understands the frequency of love or fear. And everything that you do and all that you do, if shit starts falling apart, or when it falls apart, stop and ask yourself, what frequency am I in? Am I in love or fear? And that'll answer your question. And that'll help you shift gears real quick. And start doing that every time. All the time. Take a moment of pause when you need to self-reflect. At any rate, focus on spending quality time with family and friends. Don't focus on money. I'm not saying don't work. I'm not saying don't, you know, yeah, I mean, you still got to pay your bills, you know, and you got to eat and live and all that stuff. What I'm saying is, get your priorities straight. Because really, at the end of the day, you're going to be taken care of. The finances are going to be there. I mean, you still got to work and you got to do your due diligence, but what's going to get you there is your friends and your family, because that's what gets you in that frequency of love. It gets you out of that fear frequency. It helps you get out of your head. And also, I mean, you got some good people around you that can give you some solid advice if you'd listen. They'd give you some support if you'd let them. This may be something you can do on your own, but probably not. There's people in your life for a reason. Let them help you. Okay. So, I pulled some cards for you guys. We've got regret. I know that I cannot change the past. If you have regret about anything, a relationship, situation, whatever, don't live in the past. Live in the now. And I think that's what a lot of people will struggle with. They live in the past. They don't live in the now. The only thing you can change is the present moment, because that's what defines your future. And be mindful of that. Don't think about the past. The past, there's nothing there for you. Hopefully, maybe a few lessons, but other than that, there's nothing there for you. But don't live there. Then you got purpose. I know what I'm here to do. You guys know what you're here to do. I mean, I know there's some people that are struggling with their purpose right now, but I think if we were to get really clear on who we are, what we are, and I mean, everybody knows. They know. It's just about doing it. It's about making a practical application of the knowledge that you have. Friendship. I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. As I stated earlier, I mean, the people in your life, everything's by design, guys. And whenever you really wrap your mind around that, some people have a hard time understanding that because they believe in coincidence. I don't believe in coincidence. I believe in synchronicity, because nothing is coincidental. It's divinely orchestrated. Everything. Even the chance encounter with the homeless person or whatever, everything's divinely orchestrated. And I think whenever people wrap their mind around the big picture, it changes them. Or hopefully it does anyway. Pride. I love myself and I see myself in everyone. Pride can get in your way. It can get in everybody's way. Everything is healthy if it's appropriately managed, but love yourself, but love others. Love yourself and others through whatever conflicts that you encounter this month. Love conquers all. Don't forget that. I don't care what you're going through. I don't care what situation you're in. I don't care how bad the fight was. If you approach it from a place of love, you may be surprised how you can turn things around. You may be surprised. Empathy. I'm open to seeing both sides of a situation. In any situation, see your part in it and take accountability for that. We're really good about calling people out on their own shit, but when it comes to calling ourselves out, we're not really good at that. And I say that with love because, it's human nature. But if you really want to help yourself and you want to help your situation, especially if it's cyclical, if it's something that you continue to encounter and see yourself go through, ask yourself those questions and then surrender. I can release my need to control. Release your attachment to the outcome. Release your need to control the situation. Because we're not in control of anything. We're really not. So, surrender defensiveness. Defensiveness is a sign of weakness. To communicate in a more empowered way, stay centered and hear someone out, then offer a clear, non-defensive response. I know it's easy to get in a defensive stance whenever somebody's hurt you, because I think a lot of this has come from a place of hurt. There's been hurt involved in some way. Don't become defensive, because when you become defensive, people mirror that response in you and they become the same way, and then nobody wins. Surrender to attachment to results. The formula for success is to do all you can to make things happen, then let go of the results. Holding on too tightly to a desired outcome can sabotage it. I spoke of that earlier about attachment and love. Love is not attachment. Attachment is ego. Release your attachment to the outcome and see what happens. You might be surprised. Surrender to silence and quiet meditation or contemplation. Let go and enter the stillness within. Silence can heal and replenish you. Meditate. Guys, meditate. And when you meditate, just sit there and listen and see what messages you get from your higher guidance. Surrender to your intuition. Tune into your inner voice and be aware of any gut feelings, flashes, knowings, or aha moments that come through to guide you. I don't think you guys are listening to your intuition right now. It's important to listen to your intuition, or whatever you call it. That thing, that knowing. Listen to those. They're going to be subtle when they come in. Listen to those. Follow the bread trail. Surrender fear. Letting go of fearful stories you tell yourself. Stay in the moment. Focus on a solution and celebrate every baby step forward. Yeah, focus on a solution. Don't focus on what you're going through. I mean, some people get so caught up and hung up in the struggle. So all you hear them talk about, oh, the struggle's real. So real. It is real if you live there. It sure as hell is. I don't want to live there. I'd want to move. I want to change my zip code. So, then I pulled a divination of the ancients for you guys. I got thunder and lightning, which is a card of power. So give me a second. It says you have so many strengths, yet you allow people to take away your power when your words are discounted or your actions mocked. Your light fades. You may tell yourself that it doesn't matter as long as you know the real truth, but the danger comes when you start to believe others' dismissive attitudes towards you. Now it's time to take a stand. Now it's time to take a stand and assert your authority so you can grow fully into your power and shine your light. Otherwise, you deny now not only but others who could benefit from your gifts. Draw inspiration from the electrical charge of lightning. Learn the authority of thunder and stand bold. Never give your power away. Spiteful words. I won't allow, no longer will I escape and bow. I grow in strength and not silently. I reclaim my power I reclaim my power, become more truly me. Other divinatory meanings. Seeing lightning or dreaming about it also denotes an opportunity to express and cleanse yourself of any deep-seated anger you're holding. Lightning is a buildup of energy seeking release. Hearing distant thunder indicates that there is still time to manage a particularly difficult situation. So yes, I mean, remain empowered. Don't let other people take away your power, but don't take it away from yourself either. To be empowered is to know that you have control of a situation. You can manage it and make it go whichever way you want. It's really just up to you. And we seek externally, for others to be, our saving grace, or to save us from our own situation, the own circumstances that we have created for ourselves. Either A, quit creating them, or B, know that you can fix them once you have created them. And that goes for you or the other person. This isn't directed solely towards you. So, Gemini, I hope that October is a wonderful month. Stay empowered. Know who you are. All will be well. All can be well. I don't care what it looks like right now. So, much love. I hope that everything works out for the best. Have a great night. Bye-bye.